Isa sa sakit ng ulo ng mga taxpayers pagdating sa Bureau of Internal Revenue or BIR is yung application ng closure ng kanilang business o yung magsasara na. Kailangan mo kasi i-apply yun sa BIR kung balak mo na magsara ng inyong negosyo. Ang problema, pagdating sa Revenue District Office or RDO, iba't ibang requirements yung inihingi sa kanila, may iba't ibang pinapabayaran, o kaya naman ay ino-audit sila ng BIR. Sa madaling salita, hindi sila nakakapag-apply ng closure ng kanilang business sa Bureau of Internal Revenue or BIR at patong-patong na yung kanilang mga open cases kasi hindi sila nakakapag-file ng kanilang tax returns. Ngayon, nagbaba yung BIR ng administrative issuance para yung mga taxpayers na gusto mag-apply ng closure ng kanilang business ay makakapagsara na ng kanilang business sa BIR. Magkapasa lang tayo ng mga requirements in application form. Kung merong babayaran, babayaran natin. At yun po yung pag-aaralan natin ngayon. Ito po yung BIR Administrative Revenue Issuance, Revenue Memorandum Circular Number 47, Series of 2026, dated May 19, 2026. Subject niya po, prescribing simplified and streamlined guidelines and procedures in the closure and or cancellation of business registration with the Bureau of Internal Revenue. So, para ito sa mga taxpayers na gusto nang mag-apply ng closure ng kanilang business na hindi pa nakakapag-close para hindi na patong-patong yung ating mga open cases na hindi natin na ipa-file. So, jump na po tayo dito sa section number 3. Modes and venue of filing of application for closure and or cancellation of business registration. The application for closure and or cancellation of business registration together with the required documents shall be submitted to the concerned Revenue District Office where the taxpayer's head office or branch is registered. So, kung depende kung ano i-close nyo, branch ba or head office. Kung branch, kung saan naka-register yung branch nyo na RDO, doon nyo siya i-apply ng closure. Either electronically by sending the documents using the taxpayer's official email address as duly registered with the BIR to the RDO's official email address or through the BIR's electronic registration facilities, yung taxpayer registration related application, TRRA, or yung naman, online registration and update system, yung UROS, or manually, by personally submitting the documents to the concerned RDO. So, dalawa yung modes of submission of application sa BIR ng ating closure business application. Electronically and manually. Kapag electronic daw, UROS or TRRA, kapag manually, you will go directly to the RDO having jurisdiction over your head office or branch, doon magkapasa ng application mo. Pero sabi niya dito, provided that documentary requirements under items number 3 and 4 in section 4 hereof shall be submitted manually. Therefore, kahit mag-UROS ka, mag-online submission ka ng application form mo, kaya TRRA, yung items number 3 and 4 daw, dito sa section 4, documentary requirements, ito yung item number 3 and 4, isasubmit mo pa rin daw manually sa Bureau of Internal Revenue through RDO having jurisdiction of your head office or branch kung ano i-close mo. Sa madaling salita, kahit na nag-online ka, mag-manual ka pa rin. So, I strongly suggest, kung ako'y tatanungin nyo, huwag na kayo mag-online application ng inyong business closure. Mag-manual na lang kayo para isang pasa na lang ng application form and the requirements. Kasi kahit mag-online kayo, UROS kayo, magsasabit pa rin kayo ng manual ng item number 3 and 4 sa RDO. So therefore, mag-manual na lang kayo para isang lakaran na lang sa madaling salita. Okay? So ano ba yung mga requirements natin para sa business closure application sa Bureau of Internal Revenue para maiwasan natin yung mga red tape, yung iba't ibang application requirements na hiningi sa atin, iba't ibang RDO, iba't ibang requirements yung hinihingi. Ito po, Section 4, Documentary Requirements. Only. Pag sa Tagalog, yun lang. The following documents shall be submitted for the closure and or cancellation of taxpayers' business registration with the BIR. Number 1, yung application form natin ng 1905. Alam nyo na yan. 2 original copies para may receiving copy tayo. Lagi. Kasi yung ibang ginagawa, isang copy lang. Wala tayong receiving copy. Number 2, list of ending inventory of goods and supplies, including capital goods for VAT-registered taxpayers. Hindi in-explain dito ng BIR kung bakit ka pinagpapasa ng list of ending inventory of goods and supplies. Tsaka yung capital goods. Pag sinabing capital goods, yun yung mga assets subject to depreciation under ng property, plant, and equipment. Yun yung capital goods na may more than more than 1 year useful life. Capital goods ang tawag doon. Dine-depreciate yon. Ngayon, bakit ka pinagkapasa taxpayer ng lease of ending inventory tsaka capital goods? Kasi yung mga VAT registered taxpayers, subject po yan sa 12% VAT. Yung mga unsold ending inventory of goods and supplies, including capital goods, yan ay subject to 12% VAT. Ang tawag yan ay transactions deemed sale. Therefore, kapag nagpasa ka ng ending inventory, meron kang total ending inventory na 1 million, that's 1 million times 12%, that is 120,000 pesos. Babayaran mo. Magka-file ka ng VAT return 2550Q. Okay naman, capital goods mo under property and plant and equipment. Kasi malalaking halaga nun. Sabihin natin 10 million o kaya naman ay 5 million. Multiply mo sa 12% VAT, babayaran mo din yun, VAT registered taxpayer. Sa mga non-VAT, walang problema. Kasi ang non-VAT, wala naman tayong tinatawag na transactions deemed sale. Okay? So, reminder lang, baka magulat kayo, pagpasa nyo ng ending inventory list, pati ng list of capital goods nyo, VAT registered taxpayers, sabihin sa inyo, pumunta ka doon sa officer of the day. Pa-compute mo yung VAT mo. Kakamot ka ngayon ng ulo. So, ang suggestion ko dito, before you apply closure of your business sa BIR, sa mga VAT registered taxpayers, ibenta nyo na. Ibenta nyo na yung mga unsold ending inventories nyo na hindi pa nabebenta, pati yung mga materials, pati yung mga equipment nyo kung wala na kayong balak mag-start uli ng inyong business. Para hindi na siya masubject sa 12% VAT upon business closure. Masasubject pa rin siya sa 12% VAT pag binenta mo, pero meron ka ng pera pambayad doon sa 12% VAT kasi binenta mo siya. Gets nyo? Hindi yung pag-apply mo ng closure business sa BIR, may ending inventory ka, pinabayaran ka ng 12% VAT, saka kukuha ng pera, wala ka namang benta doon. Pero considered siya as transactions deemed sale. Sa mga non-VAT registered taxpayers, katulad ng ating company, walang problema kasi wala tayong babayaran 12% VAT, hindi tayo subject sa 12% VAT. Reminder lang, baka magulat kayo mga VAT registered taxpayers. Number 3, unused invoices, supplementary documents, and all other unutilized accounting forms such as vouchers, debit credit memos, delivery receipts, purchase orders as may be applicable together with the inventory thereof. So, meron tayong inventory list dyan para sa mga unused o yung hindi pa nagagamit ng mga resibo natin. Ito po yung unused natin na inventory list of unused or expired principal and supplementary receipts and invoices. Pipilapan nyo lang po yan. Yan po yung format natin. Okay? Pwede po kayong humingi ng kopya on our Facebook page, Accounting Tutorial Center. Follow nyo na rin tayo. Bibigyan namin yung link sa inyo para makapag-download kayo ng copy nito. Okay? Applicable din po ito kapag may mga expired na kayong resibo o kaya naman ay gusto nyo lumipat sa different address, lumipat kayo ng business address, pwede nyo rin itong gamitin para mag-apply ng continuing use ng resibo nyo doon sa new address nyo. Pwede rin itong gamitin. Pwede rin gamitin kapag mag-close na kayo ng business dito sa application requirement number 3. Ito po yun. So, message lang sa ating Facebook page, Accounting Tutorial Center. We will give you the copy to download this copy po. Editable po. Na-edit po yan. Number 4, original BIR notices and BIR permits issued to taxpayer as may be applicable. Yung COR natin, Authority to Print, ATP, yung Notice to Issue Invoice, yung as for receipt dati, na kulay pula, ngayon kulay green na. Yung Accreditation Certificate para sa mga Computerized Accounting System, CAS, Permit to Use, Cash Register Machine, Point of Sale Machine, e-invoicing kung meron na kayo. So, panglima, yung authorization of the authorized representative. Bali, 5 siya. Ngayon, kung ikaw yung maglalakad, individual taxpayer ka, ayaw mo siyang iutos sa iba, edi 4 lang yung requirements mo. Application form, list of ending inventory, list of unused invoices, tapos yung mga original BIR notices. Okay? Ngayon, matagal na kasi itong binaba ng BIR, itong mga requirements na to. Ang problema kasi, yung mga taxpayers, alam niyo naman, magaling lang tayo magnegosyo, pero hindi tayo magaling pagdating sa BIR tax compliance. Binaba na yan dati pa ng BIR noong 2025 yung updated checklist of documentary requirements under RMC number 74-2025. Sabi niya sa RMC 74/2025, ito rin yung requirements ng taxpayer kung mag-a-apply ka ng business closure. Number 1, 1905, list of ending inventory, inventory of unused invoices, original copy ng mga BIR notices. Ganun din, parehas na parehas lang dito sa sinabi sa RMC 47/2026. Apat yung requirements niya. 1, 2, 3, 4. Panglima, kung meron tayong this one, meron tayong authorized representative. Kung individual ka, special power of attorney. Kung corporation, board resolution or written resolution. Tapos valid government ID ng inyong authorized representative. Kaya yung mga ibang taxpayer na gusto mag-apply ng closure sa BIR, pabalik-balik, hindi nakakapag-apply ng business closure kasi iba't ibang requirements yung hinihingi sa kanila. Iba't ibang RDO, iba't ibang requirements kasi hindi nila alam tong gamitin itong checklist of documentary requirements. I-check nyo to, RMC number 74/2025. May mga iba't ibang requirements din dito na checklist. Ito kasi yung mga requirements lang na dapat nyo ipasa kapag pag hiningian kayo ng ibang requirements na wala naman dito, papakita nyo lang itong checklist na ibinaba ng BIR, Commissioner of Internal Revenue. Sasabihin po natin ay nakompleto nyo na yung requirements. Anong gagawin po ninyo? May section 5 po tayo, filing and payment of final tax return. The taxpayer shall file all final or short period tax return covering the period from the beginning of the taxable year up to the date of closure for all applicable tax types and pay the corresponding taxes due thereon. For periods during which there was no business activity, the taxpayer shall file 0 returns. So kahit hindi pa kayo nakakapag-close ng business sa BIR successfully, kasi hindi pa nakakapagpasa ng 1905 together with the complete requirements. Anong requirements natin dito aside from 1905? Number 2, number 3, number 4. Number 5 is applicable only kung meron kayong authorized representative. Okay? Magka-file pa rin kayo ng 0 tax return para hindi tayo mag-open case na mag-open case na mag-open case. Kasi ang ginagawa ng iba, ang isip ng iba, wala na silang business activity, wala nang sales activity, hindi na sila nagka-file ng tax return sa BIR even if hindi pa sila properly closed sa BIR kasi hindi pa sila nagkapasa ng application form together with the complete requirements sa BIR. So in that case, pasa muna kayo ng 0 tax return para di tayo mag-open case until mag-close na tayo mag-apply na tayo ng closure sa BIR. Effects of submission of documentary requirements and completion of the closure and or cancellation of business registration process. The registration of the taxpayer shall be cancelled upon mere filing and submission of the complete requirements enumerated under Section 4 hereof. So, pag nanapan kayo ng iba't ibang requirements na wala naman dito, ayan, so pwede nyo i-submit ito, ipakita, i-print nyo tong copy ng RMC number 47/2026. Ipakita nyo sa front line, ito lang yung requirements na hinihingi na dapat namin i-submit na sabi ng Commissioner of Internal Revenue. Pag sinabi sa frontline, ay hindi, ganito po sa amin, ganito sa RDO. Mali po yun. Kasi sino po masusunod? Yung RDO nyo o yung Commissioner of Internal Revenue? Ay, yung Commissioner of Internal Revenue, malamang kasi wala namang kapangyarihan yung RDO gumawa ng rules sa taxation. Ang trabaho ng RDO, pati frontliner, i-implement yung binababang utos ng Commissioner of Internal Revenue or CIR. Okay? Ano pa ginagawa sa practice? Yung routing slip. Pinapaikot kasi nga routing eh. Pumunta ka doon. Pinaparoute, pilapan mo daw yung routing slip. Yung routing slip ba, nandito ba sa requirement under Section 4? Wala namang ditong routing slip na sinasabi, so hindi requirement yung routing slip. Okay? Yung routing slip nga, yun yung pinapapunta yung taxpayer, hinihilo kung saan-saan, pumunta ka dito, pumunta ka doon, sa collection, sa compliance, sa officer of the day, pa-complete ka, ganun. Wala naman dito sinabi sa Section 4 documentary requirements even if prior to issuance of RMC 47/2026, nagbaba yung BIR ng checklist of the requirements, wala rin dito yung routing slip sa closure of business, whether head office or branch. So, anong gagawin mo? Politely or respectfully, di po namin sinasabi makipagbastusan ka, makipagsigawan ka, explain to them na under po ng Section 4 documentary requirements, under po ng RMC 47/2026 issued by the Commissioner of Internal Revenue, ito lang po yung requirements namin na dapat ipasa. Wala po dito yung routing slip. Okay? Kaliwanag po ba? Respectfully or politely explain. Okay? So, yun yung mga tendency or mangyayari sa practice just in case you apply closure sa BIR. Kasi ganun nangyayari sa ibang taxpayer. The registration of the taxpayer shall be cancelled upon mere filing and submission of the complete requirements enumerated under Section 4 hereof, either electronically or manually. Huwag na kayo mag-electronically kasi pag nag-electronically kayo, isasubmit nyo pa rin manually yung item number 3 and 4 requirements. So mag-manual na lang kayo para isang application na lang. With the RDO where the taxpayer is registered, penalties for non-filing of returns shall not accrue after the submission of the required documentary requirements under Section 4 hereof. For this purpose, the taxpayer's registered form type shall be placed under the registered na upon submission of the documentary requirements to ensure that no open cases will be generated. So, para ma-stop yung running ng open cases nyo, kailangan nyo mag-submit ng application form 1905 at kasama po dito sa 1905 itong items number 2, 3, and 4. Applicable item number 5 kung meron kayong authorized representative. Pero pag wala, kung kayo mismo maglalakad, items number 2, 3, 4 lang ang yung mga requirements nyo aside from application form 1905 para hindi na-aandar yung open cases ninyo. So, mangyayari kapag successful yung submission nyo ng requirements sa BIR for business closure, ang effect daw nun, deregistered para to ensure that no open cases will be generated na. For micro taxpayers or taxpayers whose gross sales for the immediately preceding year, ibig sabihin kung 2026 ka mag-apply ng closure, immediately preceding year mo, 2025. Do not exceed 3 million pesos or whose gross assets upon retirement do not exceed 8 million pesos, yung gross assets mo, paano malalaman ng BIR na yung gross assets mo upon retirement do not exceed 8 million pesos? Nakikita ng BIR yan dito sa item number 2. Kaya pinagpapasa ka ng list of ending inventory of goods and supplies, including capital goods for VAT registered taxpayers. Pero ito applicable din to sa mga non-VAT registered taxpayers. Kasi kasama na yan dati dito sa RMC 74/2025. Ayun, no? Ending inventory of goods, supplies, including capital goods. Both VAT and non-VAT taxpayers. Kasama po dyan, magpapasa. So, malalaman dito sa item number 2 requirement mo ng BIR kung yung gross assets mo ba upon retirement or upon application of closure sa BIR ay nag-exceed ng 8 million. So, make sure na hindi kayo mag-exceed ng 8 million kapag nagpasa kayo ng item number 2, list of ending inventory, including capital goods. Otherwise, sabi ng BIR, i-audit kayo pag nag-exceed kayo ng assets nyo ng 8 million. Pero pag hindi naman daw, gross assets mo upon retirement do not exceed 8 million pesos, the tax clearance shall be issued within the 3 working days from the date of submission of the application with complete documentary requirements if the taxpayer has no open cases or no outstanding liabilities. So yun ang keyword. Wala tayong open cases, wala tayong outstanding tax liabilities, completing requirements natin, nakakapagpasa tayo, hindi tayo audit, hindi tayo subject sa mandatory audit, less than 3 million yung ating sales immediately preceding year, or upon retirement of our business, our gross assets do not exceed 8 million, bibigyan po tayo ng tax clearance or tax clearance certificate. In practice, ang ini-issue ng BIR ay ito. Certificate of no outstanding tax liability. Nakita lang po natin sa isang Facebook group. Ito po. This certificate is issued upon request of the taxpayer for closure of a branch or closure of the head office. Applicable din po ito. Pero sabi ng BIR, or within 3 working days from the date of submission of the application with complete documentary requirements in payment of any outstanding tax liabilities, including penalties. So kung meron kayo outstanding tax liabilities, open cases, kailangan nyo muna siya i-submit, kailangan nyo muna i-file yung tax return na yun, may open cases kayo, bayaran yung dapat bayaran na penalties bago kayo mabigyan ng tax clearance. Thereafter, the business name registration status of the taxpayer shall be updated to close, from registration to close, in the BIR registration database. Micro taxpayers shall not be subject to mandatory audit for closure and or cancellation of business registration. Pag sinabing micro taxpayers, yung previously reported natin na sales, gross sales, in our annual ITR, yun yung immediately preceding year. Example, 2025, 2026 kayo mag-a-apply ng business closure, ay hindi nag-exceed ng 3 million. So, micro-taxpayers kayo, hindi kayo subject sa mandatory audit ng BIR. Ganon nagkakaroon ng problema sa practice yung ibang taxpayers ino-audit. Pag-apply ng business closure 1905, may mga requirements, hindi muna inaaprobahan. Binibigyan sila ng letter of authority. Mali po yun. Kasi sabi po dito ng BIR, upon mere filing and submission of the complete requirements, yung registration daw ng taxpayer maka-cancel. Okay? So, deregistered na yung status mo by mere filing of your application form and complete documentary requirements for the purpose of no open cases running. Ngayon, kung bibigyan ka ng BIR ng LOA o hindi, that is a separate issue. Ngayon, kung bibigyan ka ng letter of authority ng BIR, upon filing of your BIR application for business closure, that is a separate issue. Hindi ka nalang mabibigyan ng tax clearance kung meron ka pang tax audit or meron kang existing tax audit investigation sa Bureau of Internal Revenue. Pero, pwede ka na mag-apply ng business closure for deregistration purposes para hindi na tumakbo yung open cases natin. Maliwanag po ba? So, ibig sabihin, pwedeng i-process na ng BIR yung business closure application nyo by mere filing of the 1905 and yung mga requirements natin number 2, 3, and 4, applicable yung number 5 kung meron kayong authorized representative. Pag wala, 2, 3, 4 lang na requirements, under po nitong section 4 natin. Ito po yung 2, 3, 4 requirements natin. Ipaprocess na nila yun. Hindi po pwedeng tanggihan ng BIR yung application form mo for business closure application nang dahil lang bibigyan ka raw ng LOA. That is a separate issue. Kung bibigyan ka ng LOA, bigyan ka nila ng LOA, provided you are not micro-taxpayers. Kasi kung micro-taxpayers ka, malinaw naman po dito, shall not be subject to mandatory audit for closure and or cancellation of business registration. Kung micro-taxpayers ka, exempted ka sa audit upon business closure application. Pero kung may existing tax audit ka, tatapusin mo muna yon before ka bigyan ng tax clearance. So, pwede kang mag-apply ng business closure application kahit meron kang existing tax audit sa BIR. Gets nyo? Okay, malinaw po yun. The updating of the registration status to close shall complete the closure or business registration cancellation process for individual taxpayers. For non-individual taxpayers, the TIN shall subsequently be cancelled to complete the closure or business registration cancellation process. For taxpayers with pending tax audit under existing letter of authority or taxpayers whose gross sales for the immediately preceding year exceed 3 million or whose gross assets upon retirement exceed 8 million, the tax clearance shall be issued in the closure or business registration cancellation process completed only after termination of the conduct of the audit. Malalaman mo kung terminated na yung conduct ng audit kapag nabigyan ka nitong termination letter. Ito yung termination letter natin. Katunayan na terminated na yung conduct ng tax audit ng BIR sa company nyo or sa business mo. Ngayon, dalawa kasi dito yung sinasabi ng BIR. Deregistration tsaka closure. Close. Deregistered and closed. Deregistered by mere filing of the application form and the complete documentary requirements for the purpose of no open cases will be generated. Closed naman daw kapag na-settled mo na yung open cases mo and outstanding tax liabilities including tax audit kung meron man. Okay? Kung micro-taxpayers ka and hindi ka subject sa mandatory tax audit, ang gagawin mo, settled mo lang yung mga open cases mo, if any. Ngayon, kapag wala ka naman open cases at wala ka naman outstanding tax liabilities, mabibigyan ka na ng BIR nitong tax clearance certificate or certificate of no tax outstanding liability. Section 7, effect of failure to apply for closure and or cancellation of business registration. Sabi niya dito, taxpayers who cease business operations without submitting the documentary requirements for the closure and or cancellation of their business registration with the BIR, yun yung RDO having jurisdiction over the place of your head office or branch, prescribed under Section 4 hereof, shall continue to be liable for all their tax obligations, including the filing of tax returns and payment of taxes, including penalties, until closure and or cancellation of business registration is completed with the BIR as provided under Section 6 hereof. So, in other words, kung gusto mong ma-stop na yung running ng open cases mo para hindi ka na pag-file ng mga zero tax returns, kasi kahit kahit no operation ka, magka-file ka pa rin ng zero tax returns online para hindi mag-open cases, magsabit ka na ng application form 1905, pating item number 2 natin, list of ending inventory, make sure lang na kung ba't registered ka, alam mo yung consequence nito, as we explained earlier. Number 3, yung list of unused inventory natin, meron tayong checklist niyan. Meron tayong format, inventory list of unused principal and supplementary invoices. Message nyo kami sa Facebook page natin. Ibibigay namin sa inyo yung kopya to download this copy. Na-edit po yan. And number 4, yung ating mga original BIR notices natin. Ipapasa nyo po yan. Manually sa BIR. Walang online submission yan. Ngayon, medyo magulo pa rin sa inyo tong RMC 47 2026 for the application of closure sa BIR, gumawa na po kami ng summary. Ito po yung summary natin. Yan. Ito po yung summary natin for business closure sa Bureau of Internal Revenue under po ng RMC 47 2026. So, i-summary po natin. Dalawa po yung steps na gagawin nyo para mag-apply ng business closure sa BIR. Dalawa yung steps. Number 1, deregistration application. And number 2 is closing application. Nakita nyo naman kanina sa RMC 47 2026, meron pong binanggit dito na deregistered and close. Okay? So, hinati natin into 2 applications. Deregistration and closing. Sa deregistration, para hindi na tumakbo yung open cases nyo, kailangan nyo mag-submit ng requirements. Mere filing. Ibig sabihin, yun lang. Pagka-file ka ng 1905 together with the requirements under Section 4. Mere filing nun, mag-i-stop na yung open cases mo. Para ang status mo sa BIR, deregistration. So, ang outcome niyan, ang purpose niyan, or objective niyan, or goal niyan, is stop the running of open cases. As stated under po ng RMC 47 2026. Ngayon, kung gusto mo ng tax clearance, kasi hindi ka mabibigyan ng tax clearance by mere filing of the requirements under Section 4. Malinaw naman po yan dito sa Section 6 ng Effects of Submission of Documentary Requirements. Binasa po natin kanina, pero kung nalalabuan kayo, sa summary natin siya. Kung gusto niyo ng tax clearance, ang gagawin niyo, mag-apply kayo ng closing. Sa closing, ang kailangan niyo, bayaran niyo yung tax liabilities, i-file niyo yung tax returns na open cases niyo, including the penalties. However, ganito, paano mo malalaman kung magkano yung tax liabilities na babayaran mo? Paano mo malalaman kung may open cases ka ba o hindi? So, ang gagawin mo, mag-apply ka, mag-submit ka ng request letter sa Bureau of Internal Revenue through Revenue District Office para mag-request ng open cases na dapat mo pang i-file at bayaran yung corresponding na penalties. O kaya naman kung meron ka outstanding tax liabilities, like meron ka na i-file na tax returns pero hindi mo pala nabayaran yung taxes, katulad na nangyari sa mga iba't ibang taxpayers na pinapabayaran yung kanilang mga taxes through their accountant, through accounting firm, auditing firm, bookkeeper, pero hindi pala binabayaran, pina-file lang, tapos binubulsa pala yung pera, meron kang outstanding tax liabilities. Pagka-file ka ng request letter sa RDO, 2 kopya, at gumawa na kami ng format. Ito po yung format natin, naka-address po yan sa Revenue District Officer ng RDO having jurisdiction over your head office or branch kung saan mo pinasa yung 1905 mo na application form for business closure together with the complete requirements. So, sinabi naman natin dito na pengi kami ng kopya ng open cases kung meron man, o kaya naman ay outstanding tax liabilities, if any, tapos para ma-file namin siya at para mabayaran din namin, humihingi tayo ng certification. Ngayon, humihingi din tayo dito ng certification just in case wala tayong open cases. Kasi paano natin malalaman na wala tayong open cases? Sinabi sa RMC 47 2026, kung wala kang open cases, wala kang outstanding tax liabilities, pwede ka na bigyan ng tax clearance. Pero paano mo malalaman na wala kang open cases at outstanding tax liabilities? Magre-request ka nga sa RDO ng certification. Manghihingi ka sa RDO ng certification of open cases, pati ng outstanding tax liabilities, if any, para ma-file mo siya, mabayaran mo yung penalties, at mabayaran mo para makakuha ka na ng tax clearance natin. Ma-close na siya, mabigyan ka ng tax clearance. Ngayon, kung wala ka naman palang open cases, wala kang outstanding tax liabilities, sinabi po natin dito sa letter na penge po kami ng tax clearance certificate. Kasi wala naman po kaming open cases, wala kaming outstanding liabilities, nakapagpasa na kami ng application form namin, 1905, together with the requirements sa BIR. So, i-attach nyo dito sa request letter natin yung nasubmit nyo ng application form 1905, yung may received copy, katunayan na nakapag-close na kayo ng business nyo sa Bureau of Internal Revenue or RDO, having jurisdiction over your head office or branch. Nakapag-deregistered na kayo, ang kulang na lang yung closing, yung tax clearance natin. So, tatanungin nyo ngayon yung RDO, may open cases ba ako sa inyo o wala? May outstanding liabilities ba ako sa inyo or wala? Pag meron, pengen ako ng certification of open cases and tax liabilities para masettle ko. Pag wala naman, pengi ako ng tax clearance certificate under RMC 47/2026 para katunayan na wala ka ng utang sa Bureau of Internal Revenue. Nandito lahat yan sa template natin na letter at this one, meron lang kayong investment fee na babayaran sa ating template letter. Ibibigay rin namin sa inyo yung instruction kung paano po isasubmit itong request letter kapag nag-avail kayo ng ating request letter. Message lang kayo sa ating Facebook page, Accounting Tutorial Center, kung paano mag-avail ng ating template. Kasama na po dito yung consultation, support on our email, messenger, para to successfully apply business closure sa Bureau of Internal Revenue para mabigyan kayo nitong tax clearance. Kasi ito po yung tax clearance natin or certificate of no outstanding tax liability, katunayan na successfully close na yung business ninyo. Hindi kayo mabibigyan yan kung meron pa rin kayong mga pending open cases and outstanding tax liability sa BIR. Pero paano nyo nga malalaman kung may open cases kayo o wala, outstanding liabilities o wala? Mag-a-apply nga kayo, magkapasa kayo ng request letter sa RDO para hingiin yung mga open cases nyo kung meron man and outstanding liabilities kung meron man. Kung wala, mabibigyan na kayo netong tax clearance certificate ng Bureau of Internal Revenue. So, dalawa yung gagawin ninyo, in other words. Deregistration, submit ng requirements natin, Section 4, application form natin, ending inventory list of unsold inventory, materials, pati capital goods, pati yung mga list of unused principal and supplementary invoices, pati yung mga BIR original notices, original, at yung panglima yung ating authorized representative authorization letter, special power of attorney, or board resolution para mag-stop yung open cases natin running. Ang tawag yan ay deregistration. Number 2 na application na gagawin nyo for closing at makakuha kayo ng tax clearance certificate is pay the open cases or tax liabilities, pero this one will be filed separately sa RDO para makakuha kayo ng open cases, list certification, and outstanding tax liabilities kung meron man. Pag binigyan kayo ng open cases, i-check nyo sa records nyo kung na-file nyo naman para matanggal yung open cases na yon. O kaya kung wala naman talaga, magka-file kayo ng tax returns na hindi nyo na-file, tapos babayaran nyo. Pero nagbabayang BIR ng Revenue Regulation number 4/2026 para meron tayong tax abatement para yung mga open cases nyo na ang lalaki, 5,000 lang yung babayaran nyo kada taon. Okay? So, this Revenue Regulation number 4/2026 for tax abatement, we will discuss this in our separate HTC video. Next natin na dapat nyo i-consider, aside from the 2 steps application, under po ng RMC 47/2026, BIR business closure, is yung mandatory audit. Dito dito nabubulaga yung mga taxpayers na nag-apply ng closure sa BIR at nabibigyan sila ng letter of authority. So, para maiwasan to, if more than 3 million yung sales nyo in the immediate preceding taxable year, example, mag-apply ka ng closure 2026, immediately preceding taxable year 2025, check nyo yung sales nyo na ni-report nyo sa annual ITR nyo kung magkano. Kung more than 3 million pesos yon, subject kayo sa audit. Hindi kayong micro taxpayers. Kasi ang micro taxpayers ay may gross sales na less than 3 million pesos in the immediately preceding taxable year or previous taxable year. Ngayon naman, check nyo rin yung gross assets nyo upon retirement of your business. Paano ko yan i-check, sir, kung 8 million ba yan or not? I-check nyo yung ipapasa nyong requirement under Section 4, item number 2. Kasi nandito sa list of ending inventory, yung mga total assets nyo, nakatotal yan. Lalo na yung capital goods. Kahit yung sales nyo ay less than 3 million in the immediately preceding taxable year, if yes, subject pa rin kayo sa tax audit, mabibigyan kayo ng LOA kasi mandatory audit yun ng Bureau of Internal Revenue. So para maiwasan yung mandatory audit ng Bureau of Internal Revenue upon application of your business closure sa BIR, dapat yung gross sales nyo in the immediately preceding taxable year ay less than 3 million and your total assets upon termination, upon submission of the inventory of your goods, unsold goods, materials, pati capital goods ay dapat less than 8 million pesos. Yun yung requirement number 2 na ipapasa nyo under Section 4 ng RMC 47/2026. So, hindi ito sinasabi ng BIR. Kasi sabi ng BIR, magpasa ka lang sa amin ng item number 2, list of ending inventory. Okay? Pero hindi niya sinabi na ito yung pagbabasihan nila ng gross assets mo upon the retirement. Upon retirement, not in the previous taxable year. No. Ang sinabi ay upon retirement. So, upon retirement, pagpasa mo ng item number 2, list of ending inventory of goods and supplies, including capital goods, ito yung pagbabasihan ng BIR kung na-meet mo yung threshold ng more than 8 million assets, gross assets. Okay? So, hindi sinasabi ng BIR yun. Gustong hulihin ng BIR yung mga taxpayer na gusto nilang i-audit pa. Yung gusto nilang pigain pa. Kung meron pang mapipigang tax sa'yo. Hindi sinasabi ng BIR yun. So, ini-explain ko na po sa inyo. Maganda nag-aaral po tayo ng taxation para yung ating perang pinaghirapan sa legal ay ma-protect natin at magamit natin sa next business idea natin or next business adventure natin. Okay? So, to avoid the mandatory audit ng BIR by issuing the letter of authority, your gross sales must be less than 3 million in the preceding taxable year and your gross assets upon termination, yung item number 2, yung requirement number 2 natin na list of ending inventory, supplies, capital goods ay dapat less than 8 million pesos para to avoid the mandatory LOA of the Bureau of Internal Revenue. Gets nyo? Okay. Next po natin, yung planning to close ka ba ng 2026. So, ito na yung, isasagutin ko na po yung mga katanungan kung yung mga taxpayer gustong mag-apply ng closure ng business sa BIR. Number 1 po, i-check nyo muna yung previously filed yung annual ITR. Kung nag-exceed ba kayo ng, if sales nyo ba is more than 3 million. Kung ang sales nyo in the preceding taxable year, example, mag-apply ka ng closure ngayon 2026 kasi hindi na nagpa-function yung business ninyo, pero gusto nyong iwasan yung issuance ng letter of authority, yung mandatory audit ng BIR, upon application o upon retirement of your business sa BIR, dapat yung sales nyo in the preceding taxable year, 2025, ay less than 3 million pesos. Ngayon, kapag more than 3 million pesos yung sales nyo ng 2025, mag-apply na lang kayo ng closure ng business sa 2027. Kasi yung sales nyo ng 2026, wala namang business operation, malamang less than 3 million or no sales at all. Therefore, may iwasan nyo yung more than 3 million sales threshold na subject sa mandatory audit ng BIR. Okay? Pero kung less than 3 million pesos yung preceding taxable year sales nyo, gross sales, walang problema. Kahit mag-apply ka ngayon 2026 ng closure para hindi ka bigyan ng LOA o mandatory audit ng BIR. Yun yung ibig sabihin ng mandatory audit. Bibigyan ka ng letter of authority. Tatagal pa ng taon bago ka bigyan ng tax clearance sa madaling salita. Kasi kailangan mo pang i-tackle yun, kailangan mo pang i-entertain, kailangan mo pang i-settle kung meron kang babayaran ng tax assessment na umaabot ng milyon-milyon at daan-daang libong piso. Okay, ini-explain ko na po sa inyo kasi hindi naman po ini-explain ng BIR yan dito sa binaba nilang Revenue Memorandum Circular number 47/2026. Hindi na i-explain sa iyo ng fully or on the side of the taxpayer. No. Ini-explain ko na po sa inyo yung consequences. Number 2, aside from checking the previously filed annual ITR, i-check nyo po yung total assets nyo per inventory, yung item number 2. Ano ba, magkano ba yung capital goods ko? May mga capital goods pa ba ako? May mga equipment pa ba ako? Land, building ng business ko? Meron pa ba akong mga unsold inventory, materials na pag tinotal ko, more than 8 million pesos yung gross assets na? If yes, ang suggestion ko, mag-apply na lang po ng closure in 2027. Tapos ang gawin nyo ngayon 2026, either ibenta nyo yun para maging pera. Pag binenta nyo yun, magiging pera, subject yun sa 12% VAT. Pero pag binenta nyo, may pambayad na kayo dun sa 12% VAT. Tama? Kesa naman na i-present nyo sa BIR item number 2, requirement number 2 ng RMC 47/2026, tapos VAT registered kayo, tatagain kayo ng 12% VAT, kahit nabenta mo yan o hindi, may 12% VAT yan, kasi ang tawag dyan ay transactions deemed sale. Kahit hindi mo nabenta, pero pinagpapalagay ng batas na nabenta mo yan. So, 12% VAT, babayad ka. So, magbabayad ka rin naman pala ng 12% VAT, ibenta mo na lang muna yung mga unsold mo na inventories, materials, pati mga capital goods mo, yung mga equipment, kung wala ka ng balak na magnegosyo ulit at gagamitin yung mga equipment, capital goods na yun or inventory o materials. Pero kung meron ka namang balak magnegosyo ulit, ang suggestion ko, i-invest mo yung mga gross assets na yon sa itatayo mong panibagong negosyo. Pwede ka magtayo ng one-person corporation. Tapos yung one-person corporation, i-absorb niya ngayon yung mga inventory and materials mo, pati including capital goods, as your investment dun sa one-person corporation na itatayo mo. Tama? Pag in-absorb nila yan ng one-person corporation, edi wala ka ng gross assets na i-apply, item number 2, dun sa BIR. Tama po ba? So therefore, na takasan mo o naiwasan mo legally yung mandatory audit ng BIR by not having more than 3 million gross sales in the preceding taxable year and dapat dalawa, and not having more than 8 million pesos gross assets. Nagets niyo po ba? Ito po ay recommendation lang natin sa mga taxpayers na nahihirapan mag-apply ng business closure sa Bureau of Internal Revenue. Kung gusto niyo po ng further consultation, pwede naman po mag-meet tayo online via Zoom o kaya face-to-face para ma-explain ko sa inyo fully ano yung dapat yung gawin sa business closure. Pumunta lang po kayo sa ating website, marklordandbumagat.com, para po mag-book ng consultation sa atin, or you may message us on our Facebook page, Accounting Tutorial Center, para makapag-book po kayo ng consultation sa atin at may paliwanag namin sa inyo na mabuti para maiwasan natin tong ipinaliwanag sa inyo kanina na mandatory audit, pati yung pagbabayad ng liabilities sa BIR, open cases para 5,000 lang, under po ng tax abatement ng BIR kung masyadong malaki yung open cases mo, outstanding tax liabilities mo, pero pinapabayad sa'yo ng BIR 5,000 lang para ma-issue ka na ng tax clearance certificate. Okay? Maliwanag po ba? So, comment na kayo ng yes kung naiintindihan niyo yung ating paliwanag. Kita-kits po tayo sa mga other helpful ATC videos natin in the future. Subscribe now and follow us on our YouTube and Facebook page, Accounting Tutorial Center. Maraming salamat po. My name is Mark Lord Bumagat, your RWB teacher, na lagi po nagsasabing, be educated po and you will be empowered. Kita-kits po tayo sa mga other helpful ATC videos natin. Bye-bye po! Thank you!